Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, I'm back again with the project and we are using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club kit for December 2022. I just can't believe it's December already. The year just seems to be flying by so fast. This month, the Large Die of the Month Club kit is called Blooming Heart. And you know what? I love this large heart. I don't think I have a die this size that's a heart. This, I decided we're going to create a card base with this because this will actually fit in an A2 size envelope. So I think that's wonderful. Now we're going to create a card with this. There's also a sentiment in here that says with love, but I love the florals. The florals are beautiful. There is debossed detail in all of them, and the nice thing is each of these florals, there's an individual die that's layerable that will fit right on top of them. So if you like it one layer, you could do it that way. If you like dimension like I do and like to add layers and pop up your florals, you could do that too. That's what we're going to do today. But I love that there's the florals in this one and this one you can layer together. Just makes it wonderful. Now I have these off to the side. I created these with the Spellbinders card kit of the month for December. The card kit of the month is called Love Grows Here. I created these during the unboxing and I thought these would go really pretty on our card today. So I'm bringing these in from the card kit dies, and if you missed the unboxing with the Spellbinders card kit, I'll leave the link to that down below, and also at the end, that's where I created these cute little birds for our card project. Okay, so now if you don't subscribe to the card kit of the month and don't get birds, I'll leave a die set down below that's pretty comparable to create some pretty birds that would go good for this. Okay, let's jump in and create a card base first. To create my card base, it's going to be very easy. I'm going to go ahead and set these off to the side. I'm going to take a piece of regular white cardstock and I'm going to fold it in half. I'm just going to use my bone folder and reinforce this score line. Okay, once we have this scored, I'm going to trim down a little bit, a little portion of it. You can save this for regular cardstock. And then at the fold line, if you open it up, at the fold line, put the top of your hearts. So the middle is not going to be folded, but the top of the hearts are going to be folded. If you wanted to flip it over and just line it up right on the edge here, and then tape it down with some tape. What this is going to do is it's going to leave me some fold lines to where we can open and close our card. So I'm going to run this through my die cut machine and I'll be right back. So we still have the shape of the heart. They're a little bit, the curve is a little bit taken away, but you can open it and then that's going to be our card. Okay, I'm going to take this floral, it's the smaller one, and I'll die cut that out with Peridot cardstock. I'm going to die cut out with love with my Dahlia. The pink here is from our card kit. I wanted it to coordinate with my birds. And this, if you want to replace this with, I would say, pink sand, you could do that. Now I'm going to take my dies and I'm going to die cut out, let's see, for the most part we're going to use white cardstock. I'm going to line up this one. For the detail piece, I'll die cut that out with the pink. And then we have this piece and this piece. The base flowers we're going to die cut out with white, and then also this little detail layer we'll cut out with white. Now I will remove the insert that goes with this and die cut this out with my pink cardstock too. So I have a little bit of die cutting to do. I will run this through my die cut machine and I will be right back. Now I have everything die cut. And then now is the fun part. This is our with love. It's real pretty. I'm going to set this off to the side and we're going to work on building our flowers on here. I'm going to bring in a craft mat and then I'm going to add a little bit of color using one of my Distress Oxide inks. I'm going to use peeled paint. I want a little bit of two-tone on here. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of color on the edges. And if you go over the flowers, that's quite all right because they're going to be covered. So just a little bit. Since our branch here has two tones, if we add in a little bit darker color, I think it's going to match up just beautifully. Okay, after we have a little bit of shading to those flowers, what we're going to do is build these flowers. We have these two pieces. One I die cut with the insert, the other one with the light pink. I'm going to go ahead and layer them both together. Really pretty. And then using a foam square, we are going to layer this on our existing one. And it will line up beautifully. See how it just matches perfect? After we have that one adhered, and if you need a guide, look at your die. It'll tell you what dies to go for next. You see this little debossed area? That looks just like this. So that's where you will put that. And then you have this floral here, which is this one. And then you have, it's showing you that this layer will go right here. So your die will kind of give you an idea where all your elements go. Now there is more layering here. Like on the inside of this little spider looking piece, you would put one of these. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to use some gems. Okay, so I die cut these out also with the pale pink cardstock. We just need one for this flourish. Okay, so we'll put these off to the side and we'll work on this flower here. For this flower, this is the base. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit more. Since we're working with some pale colors. We have this flower and then we have our little flower center. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive and then we're going to add this. If you want to know exactly where, look on your die here. It shows you right here where to put it. And then you can add the second layer here. It lines up right on the bottom, like so. But you can see this matches this flower over here pretty good. So you can see, let me show you. The flower on your die here matches up to this one pretty good. Okay, so we're going to add a foam square behind this one. Maybe we need to bring in some small foam squares. And then this lines up right over its home here. Okay, and then we have this little flower here. We're going to add that. I'm not going to use foam tape for that one. Tack that down. We have these two flowers, which are these ones. We'll take our biggest flower and we'll add our center piece. I'm going to flip this around. We'll put a foam square behind here. And we'll add this. Like so. See how it layers just beautifully? Now I'm going to flip this one around. I'm not going to add foam tape behind here. We're going to do a little tucking. Okay, and then we have our flower center for that one. And we'll add that. And then this will create this flower you see here. But we can just set this off to the side. We're not going to use these over here. Now I went ahead and took white cardstock and die cut out just one of my white hearts using the same die. Now since we have the little bit of a flat heart on top, we're going to fix that by adding one right on top. I am going to do a little bit of ink blending on here though. I'm going to bring back my craft mat and I'm going to use Stormy Sky for the very top of my heart here. Add a little bit of blue shading Okay, I think that's just the right amount. I didn't go all the way to the bottom. What I'm going to do is go in with my mustard seed here. I'm going to go in with a yellow and fill this bottom up until it meets and creates a green. This is mustard seed. And we're just going to blend this up here. Okay, I think that's going to work out beautifully. I'm not going to worry about the very top because that's what's going to overhang. We're going to add this heart to our heart card base. Wonderful. And then we get to add our beautiful florals and our birds. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my glue, and we're going to adhere the flowers that we created. I decided to switch spots, so I have a little bit of glue glob, but I'm not going to be concerned because that's where we're going to put one of our birds and our sentiment. Next, I'm going to take my little branch that we created during our card kit unboxing, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue behind here. And then we can add our branch. Like so. And then I'm going to use some foam squares, and we're going to add some dimension to our birds. Just put one behind each one of these. And you know, I don't have enough room for my sentiment. So what we're going to do is open this up, and I'm going to add my sentiment right on top. I'm going to add my sentiment right on the inside, like so. And then for the outside, for my sentiment on the outside, I had used my glimmer machine and I had foiled some sentiments, and I have a stack full. Let me show you. And so I just trimmed one down that said especially for you, and then I'm going to use my scissors. Okay, now I have my sentiment. I just angled the ends, and then I'm going to do a little bit of surgery. I want to take off one of these flowers. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, and I'm going to attach it up on top. Like so. And then I'll take my sentiment, and I'm going to add some adhesive on the right side, and then I put foam tape on the other side. I think that looks great. Now my little bird's tail is hanging out, but that's okay. You know why? Because it will still fit in my card base. You can see here I have a little bit of wiggle room, and I'm not really concerned about that. I do want to add a few more gems. Wonderful. I use the same gems that I used for that tree trunk, and that will finish off our card today. When you open it up, it has a sentiment on the inside, and the lovely thing is it will fit perfectly in an A2 size envelope, and it doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day, but so lots of layers and lots of pretty flowers in this month's Large Die of the Month Club kit. It's called Blooming Heart, and I'll leave the link down below if you want to check it out. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. We will see you again real soon.